Thanks for staying with us on News Tonight. Let's bring you some national news now. The big story that's been emerging, breaking his silence on the Bhopal gas tragedy and the circumstances which resulted in the release of Warren Anderson. Arjun Singh, the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, former Chief Minister in fact, said that Rajiv Gandhi never said anything to support Warren Anderson at the time of the tragedy, and to blame him for his release was unacceptable. But the big question remains that if it wasn't Rajiv Gandhi, then who was responsible for the release of Anderson, who was detained when he reached Madhya Pradesh? Arjun Singh says his chief secretary, who is now dead, had been receiving repeated calls from the Home Ministry in Delhi for Anderson's release, but he made it clear that, and Mr. Singh then told his secretary, do what you have to do, but ensure that Anderson can be summoned in the future according to the rules of the land. But that quite clearly never happened. On to some business news now. General Motors has delivered some stellar performances in the Indian markets by way of impressive sales figures in the passenger car segment. Now confident of a northbound growth trajectory, the management is looking to diversify into commercial vehicles as well. But is this a cry for battle against the Tatas and the Mahindras? NDTV Hindu takes a look.
US-based auto major General Motors is looking for a bigger piece of the Indian auto pie, the second fastest growing automobile market in the world. General Motors has confirmed that it now plans on driving into the commercial vehicle segment. Borrowing the design from the 50-50 joint venture with SAIC of China, it plans on developing a light commercial vehicle.
And we've never played in the commercial vehicle segment before. So the first vehicles we've selected from our partner are commercial vehicles, and therefore we can now start to compete in that segment as well, and we'll be doing that around the end of next year.
The light commercial vehicle, or the LCV, will be pitched directly against market majors like the Tata Ace and Mahindra Maximo. However, the management is confident of challenging the auto giants in the sub-1 ton truck segment.
Because what we'll be offering is something that's value. So you'll be getting something in a Chevrolet commercial vehicle, value for money. And of course we know they're big names, but of course we know that we can challenge and hopefully give them a run for their money.
They accept that pricing is a critical factor, but the management says their focus will be on providing value for money and not the cheapest product. Meanwhile, 3 new stallions will emerge from the GM stables in the passenger car segment within the next 2 years. The management has hinted that being a volume player, the new entrants from GM will fight it out amongst the hatchbacks or mid-size sedans. In Chennai, this is Ashmit Kumar for NDTV Hindu.
Now the countdown has begun. It's 11 days more to go for Madras Day. What would your city be without its various historic structures and places that remind us of our rich history? As part of our lead up to the 22nd of August, our reporter Natasha visited one such place gleaming with old memories.
Times have changed, people have changed, and the city of course has evolved from Madras to Chennai. But what is it that we can recollect from good old Madras days? Well, you've obviously heard of the Madras Boat Club, and that's exactly where we are today. I'm seated here along the banks of the Adyar River, and I'm with the president of the boat club, Mr. Gopal Madhavan, who has been here since 1958, right here at this place. Could you tell us what the heritage of the Madras Boat Club is and what it was back then when the city was called Madras?
See, the Madras Boat Club has always been a place where it was a young men's club, and rowing basically is a young men's sport. It is normal for a young executive of any of the institutions to be sort of guided and pointed towards the Madras Boat Club as a place to join, to take up some rowing. In my case also exactly that. I was just called up and said, I'll see you at the boat club at 6 o'clock in the morning by one of the directors, and that was it. So you were not given too much of a choice, but then a lot of us enjoyed it so much, we kept going at it. See, the boat itself is divided into different parts. They got the bow, the stern, the rudder, the keel, etc. So when we were naming different restaurants and bars, etc., we had the bow side as a party area, we had a stroke side which was a meeting hall cum party area, we had midwaters which was a dining area, and we had ECOs which is the order which is given when the race is over and you can relax, and that was a bar. So that's what we did in naming each one of our recreation areas into one part of the boat.
This is the famous boat shed, which can hold about 30 odd boats, I'm guessing. And back when the city was called Madras, we started with the basic wooden oars. And today, it is about 30 lakhs worth of brand new equipment called Concept 2 blades, of course, which is made of fiberglass. And that goes to prove what the club once was and what it is today.
Well, a landmark that will remain in a lot of our memories. That's the news for the moment. I'll see you at 10 with the next news update.